Everybody, welcome to the Epic Photo Ops live Q&A show. I'm Al Daldegan. I'm the social media guru manager thing, as well as head photographer for Epic Photo Ops Canada. And this is Tatiana Wolf, and she is the
operations manager for Canada and customer service manager.
Yeah. So she's the one that typically is answering all the questions on Twitter and Facebook, along with her team. Oh, okay.
So, one of the things we're going to cover today is specifically Dragon Con, which is this weekend, and Fan Expo Canada. For both of these conventions, we have special ticketed items. For Dragon Con, we have the Stan Lee package, meaning that if you have purchased a Stan Lee package, then you will be getting a voucher, probably at the if you're going to the Stan Lee table to purchase the Stan Lee package and that, then you'll get a voucher from them that you then bring to our customer service representatives in the sales area of the photo ops and redeem it there for one of our tickets. You will need one of our tickets in order to get in line. So make sure that you have that voucher and that you redeem that for a Stan Lee, that you redeem your package for an actual Stan Lee Epic Photo Ops ticket. For Fan Expo Canada, we have Tim Curry special, the Ultimate Experience and the Fan Experience. For both of those, you will be getting special vouchers. Again, they're commemorative tickets. They'll have a little section for a photo op and a little section for autographs. What you will need to do is you will need to go to the special events table of Fan Expo Canada, which I'm not entirely sure where it is right now, but we'll find out and we'll post it on social media for you. So you go to the special events desk from Fan Expo Canada, not from Photo Ops, but from Fan Expo Canada, and you pick up your voucher there. You will need that commemorative ticket in order to get into the Tim Curry room. The Tim Curry room is going to be downstairs in level 200 of the North Building. It'll be in room 201F, and you will need to have that ticket with you in order to get into the room. Now, because we have really massive space restrictions in that area, we're going to only allow the people that are actually going to be in the photo inside the room. So make sure that when you have your voucher, bring it to that room. Once you're inside the room, we will then hole punch it for you. So we're not going to tear it. We're going to be very careful with it because I know that for some of you, that's a collector's item. And you're going to get one of our tickets. For the Ultimate Experience, you'll have, a minute, 2 minutes, couple of minutes private with Tim Curry himself. So if you have something, think of something that you want to tell him, compliment him on his favorite character, on your favorite character of him, or just and have a post ready for when the actual the time comes around. For the Fan Experience, you'll also have a bit of time with him. So again, same thing. Have a post ready that you want to do, and take your time. We're not going to rush you on that because it is a meet and greet. So you have a meet and greet, and then you have your photo op. For regular Tim Curry photo ticket holders, you only get the photo op. So you're not going to have that one-on-one time with him. You're just going to go in there. You're going to take your photo, and then you're going to leave to pick up your photo. Once you picked up your photo, and you've exited the room again, there will be a table from Fan Expo Canada, and that's where you can leave your photo, or you can pick a picture and have that signed by Tim Curry later. And they'll explain to you what to do after that. So those are our special ticketed items. For Stan Lee, it'll be something similar. There will also be a table available, but it's really easy peasy.
Yeah, easy peasy when you get all the logistics out of the way. Yes. On the other side of it. We're trying to make life easy for you, and so are the expos.
So do you have any questions for us? We see that we've got a number of viewers, so we won't bite much often. Otherwise, we're just going to go through our typical walkthrough real quick. And I'll let, because I've already talked a lot, I'll do some talking now.
All right. Okay, so for those of you who, and we see on social media, there's a few people who are saying, you know, this is their first expo or there's this first photo op or whatever. So we thought we'd give you a run through kind of from start to finish of how everything works, and so you'll know what to expect. So first things first, I mean, you've bought your ticket online, or you're going to buy your ticket at the expo itself. And you're going to see on your ticket that if you are with a guest that has a lot of fans coming to get their photo ops, you'll be put into a group. And the reason why we have the group numbers, it's as if you can imagine that we have your own special time slot. And it's kind of like we have multiple photo shoots with that one guest. It's kind of like that. So instead of waiting in line for an hour and a half to try and get through if there was a really long line, you'd only be waiting for that group. So it goes a lot quicker. And in return for that, you also don't have to wait. Not only do you have to wait in line as long, but you can show up just before you're supposed to be there. So we like to recommend 10 to 15 minutes before your time on your ticket. And if you show up earlier than that, it makes it really congested. So please try and show up around 10 to 15 minutes before the time on your ticket. And then that will be the most efficient way to get through everybody for their shoot. Now, once the line starts moving and you go into the photo booth, first thing and very important is it's not, unless it's a special Tim experience or something, or Stan Lee experience or something along those lines, it's just a photo op. It's not a meet and greet. It's not a autograph session. You cannot bring your own cameras and take selfies and videos and stuff like that. It's all just you getting a professional photo taken with the guest of your choice. So the line moves fairly quickly. So we ask you to do a few things. We ask you to have your ticket ready. And if it's on your cell phone, we ask you to have the brightness turned up all the way and have your barcode nice size on the screen so that you're ready to go. Because a lot of people don't quite realize how fast the line moves when it starts moving. So if you can get through the scanner and put your bags up onto the shelf and be ready to take your picture faster, then everybody gets to get a better experience, and the lines move quickly, and that's all most efficient.
Yeah, in general, you have about 10 seconds to get to the guest, to get into pose, smiling, and then leaving again. So you have about 10 seconds. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it is enough time to go in there, say hi really quickly, do your pose, and leave again.
Yeah, and two key points there. First of all, have your pose ready. If you're thinking of a really cool pose, and people have come up with some really, really great poses, check out our epic photo of the day on Instagram, and you can see some pretty great poses that were all done within a few seconds. Secondly, the timing depends on the guests. So sometimes guests have a lower volume, and then they spend a little bit more time with people, and the higher volume guests, you don't get as much time. But we try and account for an appropriate amount of time so everybody can get a good experience and a good shot. There's a lot of things that you want to think about when you're getting your photo. First of all, the camera is going to be sitting there with the photographer behind it, and then there's going to be this big white umbrella. Don't look at the umbrella because it doesn't take your picture. Look at the camera where the photographer is, and that's the one that's going to get your picture. You wouldn't believe how many people are looking up at the light. Now, the photographer runs the booth, so you need to listen to the photographer. So if the photographer is telling you to, look at the camera or tilt your head down because you're going to get glare on your glasses or stuff like that, if you're paying attention, then everything will go smoothly. If you're not paying attention, then it's very difficult to explain to you what's going wrong and what you need to fix in order to get the best picture. The photo booths also have ushers to help you move in and out, and the ushers will explain what's going on and ask you, how many people are on your ticket, that kind of thing. And then we have to accommodate people with disabilities and that kind of thing. So we try and put all those people near the front so that they can get through, and then the line can just move smoothly after. In addition to that, Again, like I said, no autographs, no video, no phones. If you have a pose on your phone that you want to show the guests so that you can make it really quick and fast, that's actually a really efficient way of doing it. But have that ready to go and let the usher know that you're just showing a pose. Like you can say, oh, so I just want to show them the pose, right? Then you can show the guests the pose and then ditch your phone in your pocket or whatever and then do your pose and then get the picture. So let's see here.
There's something else too, that if you have children in the with you and you want to take obviously you want, especially with babies and little children, we will make absolute idiots out of ourselves to get the attention of that baby or of that child. So what's really important for the parents and everyone else around is don't pay attention to your child. Don't pay attention to the baby. Just look at the cameraman and at the photographer. And as soon, because he'll make all kinds of weird noises and everything. And as soon as the baby looks at the camera, he's going to take that picture. And if you're all looking at the baby going, hey, look at the camera, then the baby will look at the camera and you aren't. You're looking at the baby. Yeah. So do just look at the photographer and he will take care of the baby.
Yeah, that's very, very good point. And also, if you have kids, the guests don't normally want to pick up kids or hold kids. Some of them do, and they'll ask. They'll say, oh, what a cutie, can I hold him? But in most cases, they don't. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to hold your kid and then stand next to the guest and get yourself a nice picture. Or if the children are old enough, they can stand in front of the guest. And often the times the guests will put their arms around the children and everybody will get real nice family portrait looking picture. So keep that in mind. In addition to that, I did briefly mention glasses. Glasses, what happens is the big giant umbrella that we were talking about, if the glass surface matches the exact plane of the flash, the umbrella, you're going to get a big white circle on your glasses. So what we ask you to do is just tilt your glasses down just slightly so that this angle and this angle are completely different, in which case you'll get a very nice picture with no glare on your glasses. We do try and pay attention to the glare, and if we do see it, we'll do a retake for you, but it doesn't always happen.
So the Illusionary was asking, for someone like Michael Dorn who doesn't have an all-inclusive package, what can you expect? What we were saying earlier, what you'll get for Michael Dorn or most of the guests on, all of the guests that you purchase off of our site, off of our store, only come with a photo op. That is all that you're getting. So you're going to go in there, you're going to get your ticket scanned, you're going to leave your bags in the shelf that's provided for you. You're going to come in the booth, and then you're going to go stand next to Michael Dorn, have your photo taken, and then you're going to leave again and pick up your items, come around, and then pick up your photo right away. So that is what will happen for anyone that we sell on our site that does not have a package. Owen Mason's asking, what is happening with Jason Isaac's Saturday photo op at Fan Expo as it conflicts with Star Trek Discovery panel? We will find out. And we will send an email. If there is a conflict and we do have to move something, then we generally do send out an email. So always check the schedule online for any changes that we may have, and also check your email. Oftentimes people say, oh, I never got an email. That's probably because it ended up in your spam or your junk folder, or if you've got Microsoft, it might end up in your clutter. So do check all your folders for information, and check the schedule online. And like I said, we always send out emails. So if you didn't get an email, and you think that there's a conflict in that, do let us know. Do come to the customer service desk and find out the latest information there, because we do have the schedule there as well.
Yeah, and that's a good point. We do have a separate customer service desk at all the expos we do. And you can go there, you can ask your questions, you can have things fixed and updated and what have you. So Toxic Sloth, great name. Just to verify, my ticket is good for one picture for a group, not just for me alone. You can have up to 4 people with you in your photo, excluding small children. So you can have more if there's small children. But your one photo op is for you or up to 4 people maximum with the guest or guests, however that may be.
Now we generally say children 3 years and under, but where we basically draw the line is at school-age children. So if you have children that are 5 or 6, you know, well, we're not gonna say no, you can't have them in the picture. You can, right? If you end up that there's more than 4 of you, you will need to purchase an extra photo op. So 1 photo op is good for 1 to 4 people. 2 photo ops is good for 5 to 8 people, and that's the maximum that we can have in a photo op. There's something else that I want to mention there is we oftentimes in support get questions about bringing in like Daleks or really large props and that. Unfortunately, because we have such space restraints and it's really awkward trying to get that into the booth and get it set up and then have the photo taken and then have it taken out. So unfortunately, we do have to say that we do not allow large props inside the photo op area. It's just not feasible to do.
Dana asks a very good question. Are you allowed to get an autograph after the photo op? Not in the booth, but once you leave the booth, you can pick up your photo and you can go to the autograph tables where they actually are doing autographs. And you know, if you have a ticket for an autograph, you can go there and get your photo signed. And that's a pretty common experience. But there are no autographs whatsoever in the photo booths at all.
Miriam is asking, can we ask questions about Fan Expo, not just photo ops? Unfortunately, we're a separate company, and there's something else that a lot of people don't realize. We're a separate company from the conventions that we do. We do on average between 38 and 52 conventions a year. So we're a separate company, and we generally don't know the details about the convention. So you're welcome to ask. If I know it, I will tell you. And if I don't know it, then you'll have to direct your questions to the Fan Expo support.
All right. So while Dana's asking her question there, Dana, I'm sorry. It reads either way.
We play with names.
Magical names.
What else can we say? Other tips?
Oh yeah, a good one is a lot of people bring in photos or books or what have you, and they want them to be in the picture with the guest. Again, same thing with the glasses. If the plane of this book matches the plane of the umbrella, it will just be a white square. So what you want to do is you want to tilt these forward just slightly so that this plane and this plane are completely different, and then you'll get a great photo. It is important to note that things like iPhones and iPads, photos normally show up like this, even if you have the brightness on high. And the reason is because that flash is bright, really bright. And the little LED backlit screen here cannot overpower that flash, whether you tilt it any way you want. So if you want to bring a picture of your cousin who couldn't make it or something like that, the best thing to do is print it out and have the actual photograph. That way it'll show up for sure, provided you lean it forward and you don't get the glare.
So Dana asks, how long does it take to get your photo? It takes about, I'd say 30 to 45 seconds. So by the time that once the flash goes off, and then you leave and you pick up your belongings, and then you go through the little maze that we create for you just to keep it interesting. And then you go pick up your photo. The photo will usually be there before you. So it should be relatively fast. The important thing to remember is that the exit of the lines before you get to the pickup table, do stay behind that red line that we have there. We'll have markings on the floor. Do stay behind that and wait until you actually see your photo, just in the event that you are faster than the photo. Mainly that's because if everybody comes up to the tables, then no one's going to be able to see it. Some people might get their photo ahead of others because they're faster. So just do stay behind that line.
And Dana, thank you for correcting me. The other thing to note is there are some exceptions with the photo being ready in 45 seconds, and that is if we think you blinked or we think you got some glare on your photo or something, we try and catch you right at the booth before you leave so that you can get another shot. But there's also a second set of eyes that looks at your photo, and that's we call them the cropper. And the cropper actually, redoes the cropping on the photo if it needs to be redone to give you the really nice looking photo. If they notice that you blinked or there's something that they feel wrong with the photo, they're going to hold it. They're not going to print it. And then when they see you in the line, they're going to try and communicate with you, or someone's going to try and communicate with you and let you know that they think there might be an issue with your photo and if you want to get it retaken. Our goal is to give you the best photo that we can give you. So if we see something wrong at any level, we're going to try and make that right before your photo gets printed. If there is a chance that the photo gets printed and there's something that you feel wrong with it, you just need to let us know right where you pick up the photo. You just need to let us know that there's something wrong with your photo, and then we'll rush you back in there before the guest leaves so that we can get you another photo. In the rare case that there's some sort of a delay and the guest actually leaves, we do not have it within our power to get the guest back. So once the guest leaves, that's it. You can come back to their next session or visit customer service and try and get some kind of resolution for that. But we try and act on things as quickly as possible so that we can get the photos fixed up.
One of the things that we strive for is an epic experience for you. So that means that if you're not happy with your photo, for whatever reason, we will have a retake for you, no questions asked. Okay, you just have to say, oh, I'd like a retake, and we will take you back. We won't ask why you need a retake. We'll just take you back and have a retake.
You don't actually get all the photos though. You
only get one photo.
You surrender the photo you didn't like, and then you get the new one.
Whichever photo that you prefer is the one that you get to keep.
Yep.
Miriam asks, if you buy 4 photos for one guest, they're all taken in a row. Yes. Absolutely. So if you buy 1 ticket, if you buy 3 tickets, if you buy 10 tickets, you stay there. You basically, what you do is you tell the usher that you've got 4 photos. Right? Make sure to have your tickets out to show to them that you actually have 4 photo ops. And then they will let the photographer know that there's 4 photos coming.
And make sure you get all 4 scanned.
Yes, and make sure that they're all scanned.
And then they'll be all taken in a row. Advisable that you come up with 4 different poses rather than the 4 of exactly the same shot. Because we can do reprints for those of you who need reprints. So you don't have to take 4 photos. You can take 1 photo and then get 3 reprints added on.
The reprints are just that. They're an extra print of that exact photo. So you get 4 of the same photo, right? Phil was asking, I've purchased a photo op, but new time's released. What do I do to get it changed to the new time? That's an excellent question, Phil. In your original email, there was a print ticket button. If you click on that button, it'll take you to a new site, which is https://epo.io. And that's where you can print the ticket again. If we change the time, we change it on our back end and it's automatically changed in the system. So if you go to reprint your ticket yourself, you can print the ticket with the new time. If for whatever reason that doesn't work, then do come see us at the customer service desk. In the photo op area, or you can email us at support@epicphotoops.com and we can change it for you.
Okay. Cheryl asks a very good question. Are the actors allowed to pick you up or give a piggyback for the photo op? We strongly recommend against anybody picking anybody up. In the past, it has happened, and the actors may choose to do something like that, but it's strongly discouraged for obvious litigation and reasons and such. So I would recommend if you could come up with a pose that doesn't involve anybody picking anybody up, that would be the best way to go.
The Illusionary said, thank you guys, can't wait. And I have to echo that. I am actually really, really super excited. I'm going to be at Fan Expo Canada. So come look for me, say hi. And I'm absolutely stoked to go. Al is also going to be at Fan Expo Canada. He's going to be one of our photographers. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
It's going to be a great show. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Dana is saying she purchased a physical copy and a digital. Will the digital be sent over email, or will a USB or some other? Still getting the message coming in. The cool thing is that because of the way our system works, there's a barcode, a really, really tiny barcode on the edge of the photograph of the physical print that you pick up. And then you have the barcode obviously on your ticket. Now, once you've picked up your photo and you've headed out, you're going to see a group of scanners there, and they're going to scan your ticket and your photograph. And providing that the two match up, which they should, the system will automatically email you your photo, your digital photo. So it's all automatic, and that's actually a good point to make. We want you to make sure that you check out. So if the scanners are really busy checking people out and there's a bit of a lineup, if you kind of skirt around them and take off, you won't get any reprints or digital prints if you have them. So it's really important that you scan out. You need your ticket and you need your print. Scan, scan, boom, everything goes together perfectly.
Yeah, so like basically, once you've had your photo taken, you go to pick up your photo, and then you take that photo and you get that checked out with your ticket. And after that, you get your extra print or your digital. If you've purchased a photo op without a digital or an extra print, there's no need for you to pull your hair out. We can do that at any time. So if you, before your photo op, we can sell you a digital or a JPEG. That's the same thing, isn't it? So we will sell you a digital or an extra print with any of the cashiers in the photo op area. After that you've had your photo taken and you've checked out, then there's a reprint station that you can also purchase a digital and a reprint. And if after the convention you've decided that, oh man, I really should have gotten that digital and I didn't, and I really want it now, then again, just email us and we'll send you the information that you need in order to get that digital. Like, there's lots of ways that lead to Roll.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay. Cheryl's also saying, thanks, can't wait for Saturday. Yeah, looking forward to it. Phil.
We're just hearing the last little bit of Phil sense. Didn't answer my question, sorry. Should have been more clear. Actor was originally scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, but now.
But now the times have changed. All right.
No, times were released for no pressure. Friday. Oh, I see. So you want to change from Saturday or Sunday to Friday.
So okay. Do we have the customer? I'm just asking our tech person if the customer portal is up for. Yes. So we have a customer portal now where you can actually go and change that yourself, which is at the same place that you go to print your tickets. What you have to do is you have to go to https://epo.io, and you have to create an account there and then sign in. And then once you've created the account and you've signed up there, then you can go in, you can find your tickets. There will be a thing that says My Tickets. You click on that, it'll bring up all your tickets, and then you can change the date yourself. If you're having massive problems with that and you need help, then just email us at support@epicphotoops.com and we will explain it to you again there with links and everything. And if all else fails, we will change it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How much time should you schedule between photo ops, I'm presuming? It's always good to schedule about a half an hour between photo ops. If you can manage to squeeze in a half an hour between them, then that's good, because we do ask that you be 10 to 15 minutes before your photo op. So if you schedule it any closer than that, there's a chance. Sometimes guests are very popular and they take a long time to get done. And then other guests are not quite as possible and they might be done in 2 minutes or even less. We've actually had a situation happen where the photo op started at 4 o'clock. Somebody showed up at 4:02 and the guest was already gone because he was that fast, right? So this is why we're always stressing, make sure that you're there early, not too early because we don't have space for you, but be at least on time. So if you're there, 5, 10, 15 minutes beforehand, then you're probably good to go.
Yeah, just to nail that home, with our contracts for the guests, we have to keep the guests there until the start time of their shoot. So if their line is queued and ready to go and they're there 15 minutes early, sometimes we might start 15 minutes early. But if they finish before their start time, we keep them there until their start time. So once their start time passes, if there's nobody there, they are free to leave. So if you show up 5 or 10 minutes after their start time, it is possible that you could miss them. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that.
Phil also asked, can I do 3 photo ops for 1:30, 1:45, 1:45? That is really, really tight. The 2 that are at the same time, think of it like you're trying to catch a plane to an exotic destination. And your plane leaves at 3 o'clock. You can't board a plane at 3 o'clock to Cancun and board a plane at 3 o'clock to Paris, right? That's the best way that I can explain it. So in that case, if you're there for multiple days, we would suggest changing one of those photo ops to a different day if that's possible. If it's absolutely not possible, then you can try to make them, but that would be at your own risk. We cannot guarantee that you will make both of those photo ops. Let our line control people know that you have this problem, and they will do their utmost to accommodate you, but we cannot guarantee that you will get both of those photo ops. So that would be at your own risk.
Yep. So TM Diamond says, do guests allow you to bring props for photos? In most cases, you can bring props for photos. The problem is the guests may or may not hold them. Sometimes people will want a Star Trek guest to hold a phaser or a communicator or something like that. They may just politely say, no, you hold it. Some of them do. Some of them are like, oh yeah, give me that and I'll shoot you with it, But other people are a little more hands off. And some of them have, what do you call it? The germy issues. Yes. So they don't really like to touch people. And it's nothing, don't feel insulted or upset that the person didn't want to shake your hand or whatever. Some of them, they'll do fist bumps if they don't want to shake hands.
Some of the guests, especially our older guests, have arthritis also. So shaking hands can sometimes be extremely painful for them. Mm-hmm. So you will receive instructions in the line. If we have a guest that does not want to be touched or hugged or a handshake, that just wants to sit there and get as many fans in as possible, then we will relay that information to you in the line. So that's not an issue usually. Something else that I wanted to mention is that photo ops do not come with autographs ever. Not our photo ops. You might buy a package online that includes a whole bunch of things. That includes a photo op and autograph, but that is not something that we sell. Anything on our page is just photo ops, so they do not come with autographs.
Okay. Miriam says,
so
I want to buy my photo ops right now, but I will buy my tickets for Fan Expo at the box office. Is there any chance they won't have? So enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Like anything, there's a chance that they can sell out. And some of the most popular guests, admission tickets. Okay. So, but let me finish my point because I think it's important. If you choose to not buy your tickets online for photo ops, it is possible that the guests can be sold out on the first or second day that they're at the expo, in which case you will not be having that opportunity to get your photo with that person. So it's your own gamble. Best to buy them online, but if you choose to buy them at the show, we can't guarantee that you'll get a ticket.
Yeah. Also, specifically for this, you have to have valid admission into the convention before you buy your photo ops. Okay, if you buy your photo ops, the refund deadline for Fan Expo Canada and for DragonCon have both passed. They were for DragonCon it was last night, and for Fan Expo it was last Thursday. So if you're waiting to buy your admission ticket into the convention until later and you purchase your photo ops, if you end up not getting your tickets into the convention, then there's a good chance that you're not going to get your photo ops refunded. So we always say, make sure you have valid admission into the convention before you purchase your photo ops. We've had individuals that have had their flight bought, that had their hotels bought, that had their photo ops bought, that had their autographs bought, and then came to the convention to buy their admission tickets into the convention, and they were sold out. So always buy your admission tickets first before you buy anything else.
Yep, that's a great point. And Phil just says he just wanted to check as he's running the Doctor Who escape room all weekend. So thank you, Phil.
Yeah.
Hopefully we answered your questions.
Might have to come stop by there and say hi to Phil. Yeah, if you're a vendor, do let us know, and we'll try to accommodate you as best as possible. We do try to accommodate vendors and volunteers. So if you do end up seeing somebody jumping the line, please don't get upset. These are individuals that are on a very, very tight schedule that have to either leave their table really quick, or they're volunteers that are on a very short break and try to get their photo ops in. So do try to be patient with that. It's not a lot, but it does happen sometimes, and we do try to accommodate them as best as possible. I think we've pretty much covered everything. If a guest is canceled, which I know that for DragonCon and for Fan Expo Canada that has happened, and you've not asked for a refund yet, please don't ask for a refund now. Canceled guests will be automatically refunded on the Tuesday after the convention. We're traveling all day tomorrow, and then we're going to be setting up all day on Wednesday, and then we're going to be raring to go on Thursday for you guys. So, yes.
Go ahead.
TM Dime says, if for any reason I miss a photo op. If you miss your photo op, then immediately come see us. And if there is another session available, then we will try to get you into the next session. So if you have a photo op on Friday and you miss it for whatever reason, generally we will not refund it. But if you come see us, we will try to get you to the next session as long as that session is not sold out and as long as the guest has another session. But if neither one of those is available and you miss your photo op, then there's not a lot that we can do about that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Actually, our tech person just reminded me of a really good thing. If you do miss the photo op and the guest has already left, and there's no more sessions available for them, then you can try and exchange that ticket, use that ticket as credit towards the purchase of other photo ops. That purchase has to be greater or equal to the credit that you, so basically you have to use the entire credit of that ticket. We can't give you any kind of partial refund on that. So if your ticket is worth $80 and you have a guest that's only costs $60, then we will try to stock it up by giving you, another JPEG or an extra print, or maybe even, no, not for FanX, we can't do that. But in DragonCon, we can give you sleeves to try and make up that difference, but we can't actually give you any money back for that. So it's best if you have an $80 photo op to purchase 2 photo ops that are $80 or more. So if there's no other questions, I think we've covered refunds. Is there anything else that's really important for you guys to know?
I think the one thing that we should probably mention is at the beginning, you talked about the different packages.
Yes.
With, for example, with the Stanley package is it for DragonCon?
It's for DragonCon.
Yeah. So the Stanley package for DragonCon, in that situation, that's actually handled by Stanley's team, right? So we actually have nothing to do with that package. We just take the picture for it. So if you need a refund for that package or you want to do something there, you'll need to talk to them about that. And I think Toronto has a package deal as well.
Yes, Toronto has the Tim Curry Ultimate Experience and the Fan Experience. I think the Ultimate Experience is sold out now. And I think that there's still tickets available for the Fan Experience and, of course, the regular photo ops. And again, for the fan experience and the ultimate experience, make sure to pick up your vouchers ahead of time at the special events table, which I believe is near registration, but I'm not 100% certain. We will post it on social media as soon as I find out. And then make sure that you have that ticket before you go downstairs to room 201, so that you can actually get in. Because if you do not have that special ticket, that commemorative ticket, you will not be let into the room, and you will have to go upstairs. And I know that's really frustrating and everything, but make sure that you do that ahead of time. Would I be able to use the credit on 2 photos? Absolutely. If like I was saying, if your photo op is valued at $80, then you're welcome to get 2, 3, 4, 5 photo ops, and you can use that credit towards the purchase of those photo ops then. So, yeah.
Great.
Well, I think we've pretty much covered it. Again, please only show up about 10 or 15 minutes before the time on your ticket.
But not after the time.
But not after the time on your ticket, yes. Just because we do have very, very limited space, right? Also remember to have a pose ready ahead of time. Think of something ahead of time. That'll be fun to do. And then remember to pick up your photo. Remember to pick up your extra prints. And have a fun time. The important thing is no stress. If you have any questions whatsoever when you're at the conventions, look for us.
Yes.
We either have a polo shirt like this with the Epic logo on it, or we'll have this classy black t-shirt with the Epic logo on it,
yeah.
Or there might be Epic specific volunteers, and they will have an orange t-shirt with Epic photo ops on the back. But come take a look for one of us in the black shirts if you have a question, if you have a complaint, if you have a recommendation, if you have praise. We love hearing any of it.
Yep.
So come and let us know.
Okay. Dana, you're very welcome. Phil, see you at the expo.
Yeah, and maybe we'll check out that escape room.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Great. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for tuning in.
And we'll hopefully talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.